everyone. Liz Holterhaus here from OBX4SALE Real Estate Group, powered by Keller Williams, and it is that time of the month. It's time for the market update. I'm a little late this month. I had a fantastic 2-week vacation to Spain and Portugal to celebrate my 60th birthday. If you want to hear about that, just reach out to me. I put the whole thing together and drove and went from Madrid to Valencia to Granada to Sevilla, and then into Portugal to Lisbon, Sintra, and Porto, and back to Madrid to fly out. And the pacing worked out great. I was a little worried, and some of the random sites we saw along the way while we drove turned out to be just that's like finding a diamond in the rough. So if you want to know about that, reach out to me. I would love to share my itinerary with you, including the Airbnbs I stayed in. So anyway, let's just get into this. We're going to start with Dare County like we always do. And we're talking about the month of May, and we've had a really good spring market. But as you know, I sell on the Outer Banks and the surrounding counties of Northeastern North Carolina. But right now in Dare County, we're just eking into the balanced market area with 5.4 months of inventory on the market. Inventory is down month over month about 8%. And so it's been a pretty busy spring. Our list to sold price is up slightly at 96.7%. Median days on market was down almost 23%. At just 33 days, and the median sold price in Dare County was $672,500, and that is up 9.8% month over month. Now in May, we saw 172 new listings come on the market. That is down, even though that sounds like a lot, that is down almost 11% over April. The new median list price is $699, and that is down ever so slightly. Pretty flat there. We have a total of 539 active listings on the market, and that is down almost 6%. Their median days on market is up 14.3% to 72 days. And again, I feel like I just say the same thing over and over and over again, but if it's not priced right, it's sitting. And I just went live on a condo in KDH yesterday, and I've got 5 showings today. I already have an offer coming in, and probably will get multiple offers. And that's really the sweet spot for your seller, is to have choices, and overpricing your house doesn't get you those results. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about selling in the near future. We have 139 new pending listings. That's up 4.5% with just 48 days on the market, and that is up 17.1% month over month. We have a total of 208 pending properties in Dare County, and that's up 8.3%, and their median days on market is just 22, down 31.3%. We saw 116 properties close in the month of May. The list to sold price was up ever so slightly to 96.72%, and median days on market was down almost 24% to 33 days. Again, to recap Dare County, we've got 5.4 months of inventory on the market. That is a reduction of 8% month over month, and 0.4 in the last 12 rolling months. And that is Dare County. And as you know, I break out Dare County and Currituck County separately. And Currituck County is going to include the Currituck Outer Banks, which is Corolla and the Corova 4-wheel drive area, and then of course the Currituck mainland. And this area has kind of improved a little bit. I think it has to do with the mainland activity, but we've gone from a balanced market slightly back into a seller's market. We've got 5.09 months of inventory on the market. That's up almost 2% month over month. Our list to sold price is 98.7%. And our median days on market is down 36% to just 30 days. The median sold price, it was 537, 530. And again, we're talking about the month of May. So in Currituck County, we saw 107 new listings come on the market. That's down 15%. And we have a total of 448 active listings on the market, and that's down almost 0.5%. Their average days on market is 102. That's up 12%. And most of that lagging inventory is coming out of the Corolla market. And I'm going to break that down into a micro market like I've been doing for you shortly. You have 80 new pending listings. That is down 9.1% month over month. And their median days on market is 31. No change there. You have a total of 241 pending listings. That's down 11.7%. Their median days on market is just 20, and that's down 16.7%. So it shows you they still had a robust spring up there, but if you're not priced right, you're sitting. You just got too much competition up there. We saw 101 properties close in the month of May. That's up 38.5%. List to sold price was 98.68% going to the seller, list versus sold, and median days on market was just 30, and that was down 36%. So remember, Currituck County has 5 months of inventory, and let's just look at Corolla. Okay. Corolla is the opposite story, as you know, and I've broken this micro market out of Currituck to show you the difference. Currituck mainland tends to be a more primary resident area, although there are second homes over here. It's a great place to strategically invest in short-term rentals, things like that. But you've also got the transfer season of the military in the Hampton Roads area and the Coast Guard base of Elizabeth City, really scrambling this time of the year to find a home to meet their new orders to be here and in place by mid-July. So amongst other things in a spring market, Currituck has that stuff layered on top of it. But Corolla is a strong buyer's market. There is over 7.5 months worth of inventory on the market. It is down almost 7%, but that's still a lot of inventory, a lot of competition up there. If you're in the Corolla market and you need to sell, you need an experienced agent that can talk to you and have a hard conversation with you about where you're going to have to be priced in order to be successful. The sold to list price up there is 98%, and the median days on market was just 16 days, and that is down almost 61%. New listings, you had 26 new listings come on the market in May. That was down 30%. That's not a lot. The median list price was $849,500, and that is down 11%. You've got a total of 161 active listings, and that's down almost 7%. Their median days on market is 109, and that is up 22.5%. You had 21 new pending listings. That's down 12.5%. Median days on market was up 61% to 58 days. You've got 34 pending listings total. That's down 8%. And you saw 25 properties sell in all of Currituck County in the month of May. That was up 19%, but that's not a lot, guys. Those 25 properties had a listed sold price of 98%, and their properties sold a median days on market of 16, which was down 61%. So again, in Corolla, or in Currituck County as a whole, this is Corolla, I'm sorry, Corolla, you've got 7.7 months worth of inventory on the market. That's a lot of inventory to compete against, and pricing strategies matter more than ever up there. Now, just to give you an idea, I'm not going to go over the entire Moyock market, but Moyock is Currituck County mainland up by the Virginia line. That market only has 2.89 months of inventory on the market. 25 days, median days on market, and their list to sold price is 100.1%. So that's a huge difference over the Corolla market. So even though they're in the same county, when you're pricing your home, that micro market stats matter more to you than the whole of the stats, in other words. So now let's move into a little bit into the inner banks, and we're going to do Camden County first. Of course, Camden runs kind of parallel to Currituck County. From about Camden Point looking across to Bear Trap is around the Jarvisburg area, and it runs north to South Mills to the Virginia line. Camden is in a seller's market with 2.68 months worth of inventory on the market. That is down 19%. Their sold to list price is 99.4%, and their median days on market is 39, but that is up almost 15% month over month. We saw 25 new listings come on the market in May in Camden County. That's down 40%. That's a big number. And that might have something to do with the lack of building over there. There's a moratorium on for new subdivisions and things like that, so there just may not be as much new construction as there has been. You've got 83 active listings in Camden. That's down 13.5%. The median list price is $449,990, and the median days on market is 66 days. That's up almost 30%. You've got 35 new pending listings on the market in Camden. That is down about 8%. 30 days median price or median days on market is 30, and that's down 14.3%. You have a total of 102 pending listings in Camden. That's up only 1% month over month, and their median days on market is 162. That median day on market can be higher like that for a number of reasons. Obviously, if a house is overpriced and it's been sitting, but also new construction, if it's put on early, it can't close until the CO has been issued, and sometimes their days on market are longer. So just kind of keep that in mind. You have 26 sold properties in Camden County. That was down almost 26%. The sold to list price for those sellers was 99.4%, and the median days on market was up almost 15% to 39 days. So a recap there, you've got just a little over 2.5 months worth of inventory on the market. That is down 19% month over month and 25.8% in the last 12 months. So Camden County is still a strong seller's market. Doesn't mean you can overprice your house though, because it's sitting if you do. So let's jump into Pasquotank County. And Pasquotank County is Elizabeth City. It's a big county. It stretches all the way up to the state line, and it incorporates several colleges and the Coast Guard base and some other smaller bases and lots of government contractors up there. It is still a seller's market, but inventory is up almost 14% with 3.27 months worth of inventory. Sellers up there are seeing 99.1% list to sold price, and median days on market were 30 days. That is down almost 19% for the month of May. We saw 88 new properties come on the market in May. That was down 11%. And the median list price in Pasquotank County is $369,700, and that's up about 16% month over month. You have a total of 239 active listings on the market up there. That's up a little over 11%, and their median days on market is 59, and that's up just 3.5%. You have a total of 60 new pending listings in the month of May. That is down almost 40%, and the median days on market was 20 days, and that was down 35.5%. I noticed that the transfer season this year has been a bit disjointed, and what I mean by that is you had the people that early on knew they were getting orders or had their orders, in January, February, March, were looking, those people I have just now closed on in the month of May and June. I mean, we've had 5 closings since last week. But with the government shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security, which the Coast Guard falls under, we had a lot of people that thought they were getting orders to PCS, but they had not yet gotten them yet. So I think the season's going to be disjointed, and I think May was busy, and I think June is going to be busy too for the rest of the transfer season. So those new pending listings was 60, and you have a total of 164 pending listings. That's down 17% month over month, with just 14 days median days on market, and that's down 40% month over month. You saw 75 properties close in the month of May. That is up 12%. Their list to sold price was 99.12%, and median days on market was just 30, down 19%. So Pasquotank County still going strong, still a seller's market with just 3.27% or 3.27 months of inventory on the market. Now, last year, I sold in 5 counties. Of course, Dare and Currituck County are my big counties, but I sold quite a bit in Pasquotank County, Perquimans County, which is Hertford, Chowan County, and also Gates County. Gates County was a new one for me. And the reason being is anyone like at the shipyards and stuff up there in the Suffolk area, Gates County is really close to that portion of Virginia. They can come across that line, have more affordable housing, more affordable living, more affordable taxes, all the things, and kind of be able to spread out and get more land and feel like they're in the country versus being in Newport News or Portsmouth type of thing. So Gates is a county that's been on the move for a little while, and this past year, 2025, I sold my first home there. It was an interesting home. It was sold, it was built 1 year before the Civil War broke out. So I did a lot of research up there on the role of Gates County in the Civil War, and that was quite interesting as well. So my point is every market, you can have these general trends by county, but even in Dare County, Kill Devil Hills is different than Southern Shores, and Southern Shores is different than Manio, and the southern beaches of Hatteras are different than all of them. So no matter where you're buying or selling, you need somebody that can break down the micro market where you are, so you don't overlist or overspend when you're buying. If you like what you see here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with somebody who you think would benefit from this. I appreciate every one of you coming back every month to watch our videos. And until next month, have a great July and rest of June and July, and happy early 4th of July. And I'll see you probably the end of the first week in July. Take care.